What's good, folks? Globku here and welcome back to TGN. I want to thank every single one of you who left a comment in last week's My Hero Academia video asking for what characters you guys wanted to see. Thank you for the comments. I was able to put together a pretty thorough list of the most wanted characters, and today we're going through the top 10. Let's start. At number 10, Togata Mirio, aka Le Mirion. Great, we start with a manga character. This is perfect. I have not read the manga yet, so I'm gonna talk about some very generic stuff about this character, but I'm not gonna spoil anything, at least nothing major if you're not reading the manga, because I also don't want that stuff spoiled for me. So here goes some general information on Le Mirion. This guy is a third-year student at UA. He is a part of a group called the Big Three, and they're called the Big Three because they're supposed to be the three best students of the school. His quirk is permeation, which allows him to phase through objects, through walls, and even through the ground itself. In one's justice, given the destructible nature of the whole environment, I think he would actually be a great fit for the game. He would be a very powerful character at the beginning of the match, as he's able to move very quickly, phasing through walls, phasing through the ground. But as the match progresses, as the stage gets destroyed, it becomes harder for him to move around. At number 9, Mina Ashido, aka the Alien Queen, or Pinky. I'm sure you all know this one. Mina's quirk is acid. She's able to secrete acid and use it as a weapon, or even for mobility by throwing acid on the ground and surfing on it. Her integration in the game seems pretty straightforward and easy to implement. I can't really think of any reason why she couldn't be included. At number 8, Chisaki Kai, aka Overhaul, another manga character. For now. This guy's a villain. His background doesn't matter, that's a spoiler, let's move on. But his quirk is called Overhaul, which is the same as his villain name. Having only read the description of the quirk, it sounds like Scar from Full Metal Alchemist. He's able to disassemble and reassemble anything he touches. He's able to bring something he disassembles back to its original state or make it something completely different. So he can instantly kill someone he touches by completely disassembling them, right? At the same time, he can also revive people by reorganizing whatever's wrong with them. He can also use the power on himself, which means he can be reckless with his power and also enhance his own body, either by using other people or by using objects around him. In the game, he would be incredibly complex. I don't know if he can actually fit into one's justice. It's hard to integrate someone like this. Killing someone simply by touching them, that's similar to Shigaraki and Shigaraki's in the game. His ability has already been sort of explored in one of the most recent scans. It seems that he's able to touch his opponent 4 times, and at the 4th touch, it's an instant kill. We're not talking about his normal melee combos, we're probably talking about a very specific ability. So with Overhaul, basically you have Shigaraki's quirk, but then you also have the ability to heal yourself or to improve your own body. And that's without even getting into him being able to modify the stage by touching the walls or touching the ground. If Overhaul makes it into the game, I'd be curious to see how they stop him from being overpowered. At number 7, we have Gran Torino, All Might's mentor and retired hero. His quirk is very good for mobility. It's called Jet, and it allows him to shoot air from the boosters on his feet. That gives him great jumping ability and incredible speed as well. And his attacks are based on this same speed. He kind of propels himself towards the enemy. This is another character that I can see being very easy to integrate in the game. We already have Ida, whose playstyle might be similar, although Ida is more of a grounded character, more grounded than Gran Torino at least. Gran Torino spends most of his time in the air. At number 6, All for One. Okay, no, I'm not gonna research All for One. He's the biggest villain in the anime. I don't want spoilers for All for One. Also, how the hell do you put someone like All for One in the game? All for One's ability is to steal other people's quirks and then use those quirks himself. So what abilities do you even give this guy? I don't know. This seems like a far-fetched dream to have this guy as a playable character. Maybe we get some boss fight in story mode, but as a playable character, I have my doubts. Number 5, Endeavor, Todoroki's father and the world's number 2 hero. He seems extremely straightforward and easy to implement in the game. Todoroki is already in there with his ice and fire abilities. Endeavor would pretty much just be Todoroki's fire side, but each attack would be so much more powerful or cover a much bigger area than Todoroki's fire skills. I almost said spells. That would have been a mistake, wouldn't it? He's also got some amazing physical abilities, like he's able to jump really high, run really fast. So if you want to make him fast and jump really high, I understand it, but make that fire look epic and engulf the entire stage. That's my number 1 requirement for Endeavor. At number 4, Minoru Minetta, aka Grape Juice. Let's be honest, we all want Minetta in the game because he's pretty much the best character in the anime, right? Because it's definitely not because of his quirk. Minetta is honestly a popular enough hero that I can seriously see him making it into the game, but how would his quirk actually work in One's Justice? I think he could be a trickster type of character, laying traps all around the stage. He can throw the spheres that grow in his head, and they are extremely sticky, so if an opponent gets caught, they would be trapped and open to a full melee combo. However, there must also be a limit to the number of spheres that you can throw as Minetta, because if he throws too many, he actually starts bleeding. I think with that, we've actually just created a very interesting character for the game. I wonder if he would have some kind of advantage against female characters. And number 3, Dobby, and oh my god, did I see this name pop up a lot in the last video, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's probably some manga character I never saw. No, he's actually shown up in the anime already. It's this villain that we've seen multiple times, even though we haven't seen him fight yet. I mean, maybe. I haven't watched episode 3 yet, so maybe he fights there. Dobby got so many votes despite him really not have fought in the anime yet, at least not when you guys left the comments. So either you just really like his looks, or most of the comments are actually from people who already know his abilities, who have already read the manga. And if that's the case, Dobby could very well be the number 1 on this list if I made the video after his fight. And number 2, Agito Kirishima, aka Red Riot. One of the biggest omissions so far from Deku's class. It's no wonder people are clamoring for him to be in the game. And honestly, I think his quirk would give him a very distinct playstyle to what we already have in One's Justice. For the most part, every character that we've seen so far uses their quirk to attack their opponent. Kirishima is the exact opposite. He's able to harden his own body, protecting him from physical attacks, heat, shockwaves, and God knows what else. So while he might not be the best at dealing damage, I think having a more defensive style of character in the game would be awesome. You would use his quirk to negate the effects of your opponent's attacks and then follow up with your own. And at the number 1, Fumikage Tokoyami and his quirk Dark Shadow. Honestly, not surprised that he was the number 1. He's a cool character, he's got a really cool quirk, it's no wonder he's so popular. I think Tokoyami is almost guaranteed to be in the final game, if I'm being honest. It just hasn't been announced yet, and his quirk is gonna have him play very differently. I mean, who do you control? Do you control Tokoyami and Dark Shadow just comes out when you attack? Or do you control Dark Shadow independently of Tokoyami? Maybe at close range you can have him play a bit more generically. You move Tokoyami around, pressing the block button has Dark Shadow appear and blocking your attacks, pressing the attack button just attacks with Dark Shadow automatically. But from range, maybe you could just send Dark Shadow into battle and then control him like a puppeteer would. And those are the top 10 most wanted characters in One's Justice. Honorable mentions for Nomu, Invisible Girl, Muscular, and Toga for almost making it to the top 10. And thank you once again for all the comments you left last week. If you've missed that video, we break down the most recent trailer for My Hero Academia One's Justice. You can watch it right here. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom, but as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.